There's a good chance that you're watching this video because you have low self-esteem. If not, I'm going to tell you how to get the best self-esteem either way, so stick around. In my high school years, I struggled with self-esteem because I thought I was lower than everyone else. I was self-conscious, weird, and inconsiderate. It took a few years after becoming an adult for me to learn how to control myself and to improve my self-esteem. Now, I'm going to share my secrets with you. The secret of my success was a book called The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden. Now, you don't need to read or listen to his book because there's only 6 steps. You don't need 300 words. You don't need a 2-hour-long video to find out what these are. Let's go over the first pillar. Be present in the moment. Now, to add on to this is to be aware. I'll give a great example when you're not aware. When I used to smoke weed, I would get high before I even realized it. My brain was going in autopilot mode. And the first step is to get out of that autopilot mode. To be aware of what you're doing, what you're eating, what you're doing in a day. Be present in the moment. Be aware. Be mindful. A great exercise for this would be to meditate or to really think about where you are. The second pillar. Life's a game you cannot win. You can't max out everything in life. You can't have everything. You can't change your height. You can't change a lot of your circumstances. Some things you cannot fight. And the second pillar is to accept this and change the things you can. You can change your body. You can change your mind. You can change your environment. But there's some things you can't change. For the third pillar, I'm going to tell you a little story before I tell you what the pillar is. In my past, and sometimes even now, I often blame my circumstances for my problems. Because my car's not working, I can't go to the gym. I'm tired all the time because I have a condition. And I kept making excuses like that. The truth is, I didn't have a condition. I was just sleeping wrong. And that's to introduce the third pillar of self-responsibility. You have the responsibility to treat yourself right. I talked about this in my last video. You have to be accountable for your own actions. You have to be responsible for yourself. Eventually, no one's going to hold your hands to go buy what you need to buy, what you need to clean. You need to do it for yourself. The fourth pillar is the hardest for me. Staying true to yourself. There are plenty of times in life where I just followed the crowd, where I just wanted to be accepted. This pillar deserves a whole video in itself, but I'll give a brief summary instead. You're special, you're unique. No one has the same mind as you. Every atom in your body was forged in the star, so start acting like it. If you think something is wrong, say something. It doesn't matter if every single person thinks it's right. If you believe it's wrong, stand your ground. You don't have to follow something if you don't think it's right, even if it goes off the crowd's opinion. It doesn't matter if you're the black sheep. If you're true to yourself, you'll feel a lot better for it, but it's incredibly hard to do. I know plenty of times where I've been the victim of groupthink, of following the crowd. A lot of the self-help community is a victim to it. But really, life is more than just goals of working out more, making more money, and feeling better about yourself. There's a lot more to it. Really, all these videos is people trying to find the answer to life that they never found. Well, I'm going to tell you now, you're not going to find it. Life is a roller coaster. You don't know what's going to happen next. There's something out of your control. Pillar 2. However, pillar 2, find something you can change and change it. We're going to jump straight into pillar 5. The fifth pillar of self-esteem is living with purpose, living purposefully. What does that mean? It means knowing where you're going, having a goal and achieving it. If I want to reach 170 pounds by the end of the year, I'm going to achieve it. Right now, that is my purpose. Because I've been skinny for all of my life and I don't want to be anymore. I already live on my own. I already accomplished so many goals, but I need a bigger purpose. I still lack that. That is one pillar I still need to work on as well. Sixth pillar is personal integrity. The practice of personal integrity. Now that means you, not anyone else's integrity. Imagine this. At my last job, I was the bottom of the litter. I allowed my job performance to get into my head. That's not personal integrity. That's integrity of someone else's rules. It shouldn't matter to me. Now, a good example of this is if you're living in someone else's shoes, if you're doing someone else's things, and that is what fulfills you, you need to be fulfilling yourself, not other people. It doesn't matter how well I did at that job because I don't have it now, and it doesn't really fulfill me anyway. Now you have every single tool you need to practice self-esteem. Let's go through them again. The practice of living mindfully, to be present in this very moment, to know you cannot win at life. You change the things that you can control, to take personal accountability and don't blame anything other than yourself. The practice of being you, be authentic. The practice with living with a greater purpose, to have something you believe in that's greater than yourself. And finally, live in your shoes and not other people's shoes. The practice of self-integrity. These 6 things can improve your life significantly. Can you imagine yourself living every day knowing that you love yourself? Now, this has been a theme of my videos for the last little bit here, but really love yourself so you can save yourself.